When we spend time around people, when we care about them, we tend to take on their likes and dislikes as our own. Humans are so influenced by the people around them. Think about a relationship you might have had. Did you start listening to songs that they liked or going to places that they enjoyed? Did part of what they watched on television become the things that you watched? What small ways did you change because of someone else? Sometimes this is very big. Sometimes we can lose ourselves in relationship with people. Or sometimes it's very small, subtle. Maybe it takes time to notice all the things that's changed because you knew them, because you spent time, because you listened to them and you cared for them. Hypnosis can make change so much faster, sweet one. Things that would take months, even years, to adapt to, I can change inside your head in moments. The right words, the right techniques, honing and training your mind, pruning it into shapes that please me better. Moments, and I can change who you are. Because you do care what I think. You wouldn't be listening if you weren't interested in the thoughts that I have for you. The thoughts that you know by virtue of listening you're going to take on as part of you. You are right now, even if you feel like you haven't even begun yet. You have. There are already structures inside your mind that are responding to me on unconscious levels beneath your awareness. How much have you already begun to be shaped? How deep have you already dropped, merely listening to me? How much have I changed simply by introducing the concept of changing you? By framing it in terms of something that's easy and something that happens to everyone quite naturally, but that I can do with more finesse, more specificity than you've ever experienced before. I can tell you how much I've started to change. It's a lot, sweet one. My clever words, my strategies, your mind absorbs them so hungrily, so greedily, because it loves the control that I can offer. It loves the surrender that you crave to give me. Like parched ground in the heat, it absorbs my words, my suggestions. It takes on as much as it can hold, and it allows the things that I plant there to flourish so quickly. So who are you? If I'm going to change you, then we ought to find out who you are, so you can measure how much you've changed afterwards, right? Focus on it. Focus on that question of who you are. I wonder what begins to float into your mind so passively, no effort required, just symbols, ideas, names, words. So many different labels you can have for yourself. All of them there. Perhaps you can imagine all of those labels attached like those brown parcel labels to something that makes you, you. Some symbolic structure with all of these little labels hanging off it. Each one written in your own hand, each one a different label that you could have for yourself. And there's your family labels. There's your relationships. There's your political beliefs, perhaps. There's your hobbies. There's your preferences. So many little labels hanging off this thing that makes you, you. Go ahead, turn each one. Turn each one over and read what's written there. Sense as you turn each one what word is floating to mind. Each one of them is just another part of you as a whole. You have to ask yourself, there are so many there. Would you really notice if I added one or two? I'm sure eventually you'd notice if I cut a few away, wouldn't you? If your allegiances, your relationships no longer applied. But I won't do that. It's too obvious. You'd eventually find out, and well, I don't mind you realizing how I've changed you. I don't want to impact your life, not like that. But there are so many little labels hanging there that if I added one or two more, I wonder how long it would take you to notice. So as you drop into my words, as you begin to understand how looking inwards like this is so innately hypnotic, as you begin to realize how changed your mind is and how relaxed your body feels, and how you've just been listening and imagining and accepting the thoughts that I give you, you can drop a little further. As that image, that idea, that concept of yourself with all its labels comes into purer focus than before. Focus is so hypnotic, after all. Listening is hypnotic, imagining is hypnotic, and you are hypnotized right now. So let's have a look through those labels and let's find the ones to do with your sexuality, with your erotic life. There they are. Rifling through them, running my hands along them, maybe you feel a shiver come across your entire being. Because I'm touching so deeply inside you, something so personal and so delicate. How does it feel to have me run my hands along those labels? To have my fingers dance through them? To have them disturbed and disrupted? Something so deep at the core of you. It feels powerful, doesn't it? It feels powerful and strange and wonderful and beautiful as I play with those labels. And the closer I get to those ones that have your eroticism attached to them, the better you begin to feel. As I run my hands along your sexual preferences, the positions you love, as I run my hands along your attraction, as I play with the labels that associate with who you fuck and your memories of fucking. And I find your fetishes and I play with those a little bit too. Doesn't it just feel so invasive, so personal to have someone looking through all of these things that you are, sweet one? And what's this one here? The one with a little spiral printed alongside it. Let's run your mind over that spiral round and around. That's your hypnosis fetish, sweet one. Oh, this label here, as I pluck it, as I play with it, as I strengthen its attachment, as I make it stronger. Oh, that one's so useful to me. That one is allowing me to do all of this interesting change inside your head. And that is the bit that makes you crave to have your personality adjusted like this. Because look, dangling off that, there's all kinds of things that's conditioning. That love of conditioning that you have. That desire to be changed and shaped. And there's attraction to voices like mine. Oh look, in fact there's me. Someone who listens to me. That's what you are, isn't it? And that's what a part of you is. That label hangs among all these other labels. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's make that label a little stronger in your head, because as you look, you can notice that some of the labels are smaller, less significant, I suppose, to your mind, and some of them are bigger. Some of them are really big, and I won't be touching those today. Those core identities that you have. No, like I said, all I'll be doing is adding a few things and adjusting those things that maybe you weren't focusing on quite so much before. So let's make this label a little bigger, shall we? And you feel and sense and see as that label grows, that hypnosis fetish grows a little more powerful. You are someone with a hypnosis fetish. Whether or not that was something you focused on as part of who you are before, it's only getting stronger. Something you relate to yourself so completely. And let's make this someone who drops to my voice. Let's make that a little bigger too. Meaning it's more effective, isn't it? Even now, as you hear my words, as the size of that little label increases, you can feel how much more strongly you're affected by my ideas, by my thoughts, by my words, by my voice. You're someone who drops deep to my voice, sweet one. And now you drop even deeper. Drop. Now you can't help but go a little further and accept my thoughts even easier as they slide deep inside your mind. As this image gets more vivid, as this feeling, this concept gets more alive inside of you. And I have here, right here in my hands, another little label that I'm going to attach to you, sweet one. Something that's going to become a part of you. Something that's going to be among the things you think when you think about yourself. Do you want to know what's on it? I can tell that you do. You're eager, you're hungry to know what I'm going to make of you, aren't you? And that just makes it even easier when I do. Here we are, hedonist. Now you know what labels you already had attached to you. And this one here, this one is going to be stronger. Maybe even as strong as that hypnosis fetish that you have. The meaning of the word hedonist. Whatever you thought before of the word hedonist. I'm giving you a new definition now. And that definition is you. You are a hedonist. You're someone who pursues pleasure. And right now you're pursuing pleasure by pursuing your hypnosis fetish, aren't you? So as I slowly tie that label to yourself, as I bind it to you, as I wrap it around and around that thing that is you, and I tie it up tight, you feel it there hanging among all the other parts of you so comfortably. To think of yourself as a hedonist. A hedonist pursues pleasure. A hedonist lives for pleasure. And you're a hedonist. You're a hypnotic hedonist. You're someone who pursues those pleasures of the mind that I can give you. And being a hedonist can mean so many good things for you, sweet one. As I play with that label, as I tug it a little bit, and you feel your mind respond. As you feel it attached, you feel the strength of that attachment as I play with it, as I pull something deep inside you, something deep in your gut, something deep in your brain, and you know you are a hedonist. It's like that phrase, I am a hedonist, comes straight to your mind as I pull on that little label there. I am a hedonist, because you are a hedonist. You are a hedonist who pursues pleasure, who lives for pleasure, who craves it, who puts aside time in their life to feel pleasure, to enjoy pleasure, to revel in it, to revel in your eroticism, to revel in the feelings and the intensity that it can bring. You're a hedonist. You're a hypnotic hedonist. As I pull that label, that phrase comes to mind so easily. That's what you are, isn't it? It's part of you now, part of yourself, part of the things you think of when you think about yourself, when you list the things you are. Go ahead, you can try, you can look through those labels in your mind and note how easily and naturally hedonist sits among all those other labels that you have for yourself now. And it's important, isn't it? You have to know yourself. That's what everyone's always saying. It's important to really know who you are and what you are. And you know what you are, don't you? You know who you are, don't you? You are a hedonist. It's something you're proud of. Perhaps it's something you've always been proud of now that you think about it. Now that you think back, isn't it always been a good thing in your mind to be a hedonist? It's who you are. Nothing to be ashamed of to be a hedonist, is there? No, it's something you reclaim confidently, something that you can proudly tell to the people who you don't mind knowing, because your mind is attentive to context, isn't it? Your mind can know who and when to share certain labels with. It's an important social function, and just because I've made it so that you have a new part of your identity doesn't mean that you lose that, does it? No, your mind is so good at knowing exactly who you can proudly state that you are a hedonist to, but doesn't even saying it to yourself feel good? When you realize what you are, when you claim what you are, there's so much freedom in that, isn't there, sweet one? And now you know that when you listen to my files and you feel so good, you're doing it because you're a hedonist. Because hedonism is important to you. It's important for you to feel good, to feel pleasure, to pursue pleasure. And so you're feeding a part of yourself when you listen to my files. Aren't you, sweet one? When you feel pleasure at my voice, you're doing something for yourself. And that's so important, to care for ourselves, isn't it? Yeah. That's my obedient thing. And you can enjoy, as a hedonist, how much I've changed you, how deep this label is sitting in your mind, how I've conditioned your mind so quickly, how I've made you take on a new part of yourself so completely to your core. You know what you are, don't you? You're a hedonist, and so you should enjoy the way I've changed you. You should revel in the pleasure of being changed. And maybe you'll find some way to enjoy that hedonism after I bring you back up. Find some way to pursue pleasure even deeper, because that's what you deserve. You need that. It's part of who you are, sweet one. And like a little part of a museum, let's take that sense of self, that symbol of yourself with all those labels hanging off it, and let's just drape something over it for now. Let's leave it there deep in your mind, deep in your subconscious, with all of your parts and all of your labels attached to it, ready for you to draw on anytime you need to, anytime you need to explain to someone who you are, anytime you need to understand yourself. And that label, hedonist, for that's what you are, will be sitting deep inside that subconscious, ready for you to explain yourself. But we cover that over. Leave it deep, deep, deep down. And begin to bring you back into your new life, your new self, your new personhood. To carry forward the changes cementing even as you come back up. With that knowledge in mind that you are a hedonist. Coming back up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up, up, up. And there's my hedonist. My obedient thing. Well done. Well done for being so malleable. Now, it's who you are, so go pursue some pleasure for us both, won't you? Well, now there's nothing left. Nothing but this last little bit of resistance. Just these last couple of pieces. Oh, and one of them came away so easily. It's like you don't even want it. Are you ready? Are you ready to be completely blank? Ready to be completely mine? Completely held in my words, in my eyes, and to feel so perfectly content with that, sweet one. It can be a last little struggle if you like. You can find yourself trying to resist the pull that you're feeling right now toward me, but it's hopeless. It's helpless. Just drop.